Anti-Israel protests hitting cities across the U.S. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. This group in New York City chanting, "We are all Palestinians," near the New York Stock Exchange in Lower Manhattan. Others blocking access to Chicago's O'Hare Airport earlier today and shutting down traffic on California's Golden Gate Bridge. The California Highway Patrol removing at least 7 protesters, but still working on others who have chained themselves to cars. President Biden still pressing for a ceasefire in Gaza, while also saying the U.S. is committed to Israel's security, emphasizing the unprecedented multi-nation effort that defeated Iran's unprecedented attack on Israel over the weekend.
Sitting alongside Iraq's prime minister in the Oval Office, the president reiterated his commitment to a ceasefire in Gaza that brings hostages home
and preventing conflict from spreading beyond what it already has.
President Biden and the prime minister are discussing the U.S. troop presence in Iraq. At least one missile fired from Iran towards Israel was shot down by a U.S. air defense system in Iraq.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Jury selection now underway in the former president's first criminal trial in New York, where attorneys first spent hours on pre-trial arguments.
Several housekeeping issues have been at the forefront today, including a request by former President Trump's lawyers for Judge Juan Merchan to recuse himself. He didn't, as well as a ruling by the judge not to allow prosecutors to play the infamous Access Hollywood tape.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers, the former president accused of falsifying business records to hide hush money payments. He calls the case a witch hunt. A movie gun supervisor just sentenced to 18 months in prison for the shooting that killed the cinematographer on the set of Alec Baldwin's movie Rust. Armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed was convicted of involuntary manslaughter, blamed for live ammunition being on the set. Baldwin, who was holding the gun when it went off, faces the same charge at a trial scheduled for July. America is listening to Fox News.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
The couple who owned a Colorado funeral home where nearly 200 decaying bodies were found last year, now indicted on federal charges for COVID fraud. Court documents show they're accused of fraudulently obtaining nearly $900,000 in pandemic relief funds. John and Carrie Halford already face state charges for abusing corpses in Colorado. A mobile home in South Carolina is hit by a school bus and destroyed.
Greenville County Schools in upstate South Carolina said it was one of its buses that plowed into the mobile home in Travelers Rest. The dwelling's owner, Kathleen Crosby, was inside, in bed, when she said she thought a plane fell out of the sky into her home. She said the loss hurts, but it's not the most important thing.
The memories are gone now, but I'm just thankful to God that no one got killed or got hurt.
2 kids were on the bus. They were not hurt. The unnamed bus driver was charged with driving too fast for conditions. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
The Boston Marathon doesn't finish the way some expected.
2 Kenyans were in line to continue winning ways at the 128th Boston Marathon. One prevailed. Helen Obiri, a 2-time Olympic medalist who won the Boston and New York marathons last year, won in Boston Monday. She finished 26.2 miles in 2 hours, 22 minutes, 37 seconds. The men's division was not won by Kenyan Evans Chebet, who had won in Boston each of the last 2 years. He finished 3rd, just over a minute behind the winner, 33-year-old Cisse Lema from Ethiopia, who won in wire-to-wire fashion. Marcel Hug of Switzerland, who 7 years ago made a wrong turn near the finish line that cost him a victory, was a winner Monday in the men's wheelchair division. For the 7th time in Boston, broke his own course record. Eden Rainbow Cooper won the women's wheelchair race.
Fox's Jared Max. An hour to the close on Wall Street, a sell-off. The Dow's down 266 points. I'm Lisa Brady. This is Fox News.
Good afternoon. I'm Andrea Drake with your local and regional news from the Sierra Radio Network newsroom. Here's what's happening. A toddler is blamed for sparking a hotel room fire at Frontier Inn in Susanville. Firefighters with the Susanville Fire Department said engines responded to a commercial structure fire call on Thursday, April 14th, around 9 a.m. When they arrived, they found the fire had been extinguished by the people in the first floor room. It was discovered that the fire was contained to a mattress and bedding materials. Fire personnel determined that the fire did not extend to any other items or areas of the hotel. And as an investigation got underway, the people of the hotel room said the fire was unintentional and was caused when a toddler played with a butane mini torch and ignited a blanket on the bed. They said they could get themselves and the two children out of that room and then used a fire extinguisher to put out the burning bed. Fire Captain Dale Johnson emphasized that matches, lighters, and mini torches can be deadly in a child's hand and should be regarded as tools, not toys, adding to never allow children to play with matches or lighters and do not leave young children unattended. The fire captain said there were no injuries and that the department was assisted by CAL FIRE, City of Susanville Gas Department, and the Susanville Police Department. Lassen County Fair Manager Caitlin Midgley has revealed the star-studded lineup for the 2024 Lassen County Fair themed Barnyard Bliss with a remarkable twist.
Wednesday night, of course, will be our Miss Lassen County pageant. Thursday night, we have a Northern California native. He's known for his dynamic live performances. We have Jared Hovis out of Fall River. He's been playing over in Nashville. We will also have our CCPRA rodeo that night. On Friday, we have a group that has 10 number one songs, and they have won the CMA Vocal Group of the Year, which is Lone Star. And then he has 5 number one hits and 5.6 billion global streams. We have Josh Turner.
And in keeping with tradition, Sunday's entertainment will feature the Demolition Derby and races. You can mark your calendars for the Lassen County Fair, scheduled from July 17th to 21st. More info and tickets can be found at lassencountyfair.org. Susanville's City Council will not meet until next month. The council has elected to cancel this week's regular meeting on Wednesday to allow 2 council members, the city manager and the economic development director, to attend the City Leaders Summit in Sacramento. That summit is an opportunity for city leaders from across the state to shape policy decisions in the capital and enhance their leadership skills. City manager Dan Newton stressed that if the council held a meeting this week, it would be challenging to conduct because the new council was just sat weeks ago and both veteran council members will be absent. It was agreed at the council's March 20th meeting to cancel altogether. The council will be resuming and convening Wednesday, May 1st. Starting today, the Lassen National Forest initiates its prescribed burn program across 3 of its ranger districts. I'll have more details, though, coming up for you and more local news on 93 JDX 1240 KSUE.
Banner Lassen, Patient Access Services, is working hard at making healthcare easier so life can be better. Our staff provide prompt and accurate registration to get you to services quickly. Our emergency department staff work hard to make difficult events less stressful to get you to the care you need. In scheduling, staff are answering and making calls for needed services in a timely and efficient manner. In the business office, questions you have are handled with expertise, providing an excellent experience. PAS is making constant improvements to make your experience a better one and provide you with exceptional care.
Are you a graduating senior or a returning college student? If so, you are invited to apply for the LMUD Community Scholarship. LMUD will award 3 scholarships to deserving students whose primary residence is served by the utility. Visit lmud.org to download the scholarship application. Some restrictions and limitations apply. Please submit applications to the LMUD office located at 65 South Roop Street by April 29th. For questions or more information, please give us a call at 257-4174.
When the loss of a loved one falls upon your family, know that everyone at Fink Funeral Home are here to support you and consider it an honor to serve your family. Fink Funeral Home is here to help you plan for your family funeral service needs so your family can rest more easily. Fink Funeral Home, offering pre-need planning, affordable cremation and burial plans, and a gentle touch for you and your family. Take the step today. Rest easy this evening. Fink Funeral Home, Susanville. Call 257-4414.
Time spent hunting or raising livestock, and now it's time to reap the harvest. The Indian Valley Butchers in Greenville processes what you've spent so much time raising and hunting. From beef, hogs, lamb, goats, and bison to wild game, Indian Valley has been doing it right since 2022. Meat is vacuum sealed for superior freshness. Call for our schedule 530-282-1221. Email at IndianValleyButchers@gmail.com or find us and message us on Facebook. Serving Plumas, Lassen, and Sierra counties, Indian Valley Butchers.
1210 local news on 93 JDX 1240 KSUE. Starting today, the Lassen National Forest initiates its prescribed burn program across its 3 ranger districts. Forest officials say you can expect to see smoke in the area as operations begin. Fire teams will work to conduct pile burns covering around 3,600 acres across the forest's 3 districts. The focal areas do include the Dixie Fire Zone, the Almanor Basin, and various spots around Chester, Mineral, Old Station, Hat Creek, and Eagle Lake Campground. As operations do get underway, signage will be posted along those affected roads. During the burn periods, you can expect to see smoke during the day, early morning, and late evening as it does settle into the valleys and low-lying areas. Drivers are urged to exercise caution and reduce speed for the safety of firefighters and the surrounding communities. You can stay informed about your local air quality impacts by visiting airnow.gov. Alturas will begin enhancing its airfield through Federal Airport Improvement Program grant funding. Those funds will be used to reseal the asphalt on Taxiway B and runways 13 to 31. Due to the drastic temperature changes in the mountainous region, contractors say thermal stresses have damaged the runways and taxiways as the original construction did not provide protection against such events. Work is scheduled to begin on April 23rd, impacting your airport use for up to 3 weeks. At times during the construction, the entire airport will be closed. Yet outside of that brief window, construction hours will be between the hours of 7 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. each workday. All runways will reopen each night, and no work will be occurring over the weekends. The FAA grant is funding 90% of that project, with the City of Alturas providing 5.5% and the state's Division of Aeronautics providing the final 4.5%. If you have comments about the upcoming project's timeline or scope of work, you can submit them by phone or email to the Assistant Public Works Director by this Friday. And that is what's happening today from your only local news radio, keeping you informed and connected to your communities throughout Lassen, Plumas, and Sierra counties. Northeast California weather. And it's 12:12. Time to take a look at your 3-day northeastern California weather. Currently sitting at about 52 degrees outside the studios here in Susanville this afternoon. We're going to remain under sunny skies, highs peaking right around 61. Mostly clear overnight, lows down to about 34. Tomorrow, another round of sunshine, a warm-up, highs near 69. Partly cloudy skies overnight for your Tuesday. Lows in the upper 30s and breezy. We'll see gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. But we're going to stay under sunny skies for Wednesday, and highs will be in those mid to upper 60s. All your weather updates heard right here throughout your day, of course, as well as while you're on the go through our app, Sierra Daily News. And also found on our website, SierraDailyNews.com, are obituaries provided by Fink's Funeral Home. Here is today's announcement. Francis Gerard Jones Jr., also known as Jerry, passed away at the age of 84. He is survived by his wife, Sherry, his 3 children, his 4 siblings, numerous grandchildren, great-grandchildren, cousins, nieces, nephews, and friends, many of whom reside in Janesville. No services have been announced. However, you can learn more about Jerry's life by visiting SierraDailyNews.com. And if you have an obituary you wish to submit, you can also do so under our Obituaries tab. Those are your updates for this Monday afternoon. Of course, we'll have more local news coming up on Live at 5 with your hosts, Amanda and Aaron. You can wrap up your Monday with the 5 crew. And this evening, they're going to be welcoming CEO of Banner Lassen Medical Center, Sandy Duggar, with some exciting new announcements. You want to be all part of that fun right back here, starting at 5. From the Sierra Radio Network Newsroom, I'm Andrea Drake. Thanks for joining me with your news at noon. Coming up next will be your checkup on health, then more of Sierra's best country on 93 JDX and Fox Across America with Jimmy Fela on 1240 KSUE.
Spring has sprung, and that means it's time to plan for your summer road trips. With Carlson's Tire Pros by your side, your vehicle will be ready to see the mountains, beaches, and everything in between. With Carlson's Tire Pros' full line of Michelin tires and products, you'll have the peace of mind to hit that road no matter what you drive. Visit in-store in Susanville or online at carlsonstirepros.com. Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Providers and staff at Northeastern Rural Health Clinic would like to remind you to schedule your annual wellness exam. Seeing your medical provider for regular checkups and lab work helps to better manage health problems and even prevent many health problems. Most insurance will be covered for the full cost of the exam. Call today to schedule your annual wellness exam. If you are a patient at Northeastern or Westwood Family Practice and have no insurance, ask about our sliding fee and discount lab programs to see if you qualify. Call Northeastern Health Clinic at 251-5000 to schedule your exam today. That number again is 251-5000. A service of Northeastern Rural Health Clinic, where quality health care is your choice and our commitment.
Check up on health with Chris Whitting.
Do you need to check with your doctor before beginning an exercise regimen? One of the world's top exercise researchers, Dr. Linda Pescatello, Distinguished Professor of Kinesiology at the University of Connecticut, says probably not.
I was fortunate enough to be on a scientific roundtable sponsored by the American College of Sports Medicine, in which our panel of experts agreed that the need for medical clearance be reduced unless a person presents with signs or symptoms of disease or has a change in their medical status, and that most people can begin exercising at light to moderate intensity. So medical clearance in and of itself should not be a deterrent to get people up and exercising.
With Checkup on Health, I'm Chris Whitting.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, head dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Don't worry, we got you covered. More of Fox Across America coming up on KSUE Susanville. I mean, listen, this is reality.
We have a president that is clearly not all there.
Okay, if you want to talk about don't forget that we were told Friday night and Saturday morning that an attack on on Israel was imminent. We were told the attack is imminent. Okay, so much so that I was told, hey, don't get too fired up. You might not have to tape your TV show this weekend because there's probably going to be a war in Iran. That's how big the intelligence was. We all knew it was coming. And what did Biden do? Knowing that to be the case, he got on Marine One and flew on a vacation Saturday morning.
You cannot be serious.
I am serious. And then I had to return to the White House at 2 p.m. with his tail between his legs.
That was embarrassing.
And act like, no, I'm on a war footing. I'm, Joey on the spot, ready to go. Okay, the only thing people respect in the Middle East is strength. And we've continued to demonstrate so much weakness on the world stage that weakness, okay, is what makes us all more vulnerable. It leads to more conflict. Okay, the idea that anyone in Washington, D.C. is spending the day telling Israel to stand by, hey, hell, don't get too crazy. Okay, Israel do whatever the hell they want. Okay, someone attacks us. We're not taking advice from the rest of the world because we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Our people are getting killed. Okay, but when they see how brazenly political, okay, this administration is, And you compound that with the levels of incompetence we've seen. Here's Jake Sullivan. If you remember this, National Security Advisor, on September 29th, a week before the Hamas attacks in Gaza, here he is on TV trying to score political points by bragging about just how stable the Middle East region is under Joe Biden. Clip 5.
What we said is we want to depressurize